In the news this week, an exclusive WAME News opinion poll underway gauging your views on local knife crime response.
Catherine's mission, Perth's mayoral race, gets an early start with a councillor declaring her election campaign. Armed knifeman arrested in Perth's north following alleged shopping mall robbery rampage. And later, Dr. Andrew Miller's comment.
This is The Evening News with Ivan Loom and Maliva Thorne.
Good evening. A WAME News opinion poll is underway right now seeking your response on whether knife crime is being appropriately addressed by the government, several months after the Anytime, Anywhere knife search laws came into effect in Perth's entertainment precincts. Reporter Paige Reid has been tracking the developments and has the exclusive details. Paige, how are the numbers looking at the moment?
Thanks, Ivan. It's been 7 months since the state government introduced the toughest knife laws in the country to help police better keep these dangerous weapons off the streets, with extra powers allowing police to set up designated search areas in Perth's entertainment zone. Now it's time to find out whether our viewers feel safer. A WAMN News opinion poll, which is currently underway, is asking, with several recent reports of knife crimes across Perth, do you feel that police and government initiatives to prevent these incidents is having any impact? So far, a crushing 94% of participated viewers chose no, saying they do not think that knife crime is being properly addressed, with only 6% of viewers so far choosing yes, and believe that knife crime is being properly addressed. This opinion poll will continue until next Friday evening, and we will reveal the final results in next weekend's broadcast. You are welcome to participate in the opinion poll by voting on our WAMN News social media pages. Back to you, Melly.
We look forward to seeing the final results next week. Thanks, Paige. Mayoral hopefuls in the city of Perth are preparing for the upcoming council election later this year, with incumbent councillor Catherine Laser declaring an early bid to run for mayor of WA's capital city. In a feature interview with this reporter, Ms. Laser said her background in property and finance, along with her experience as a city resident, gives her the credentials for the job.
I'm running for Lord Mayor. I've been on council for 5 years. I got elected in 2020. And it's been a wonderful 5 years. There's been a lot achieved in the city, but there's an awful lot more to go. So we have the city shaping, if you would like to call it that. It takes a long time, and we're always talking in basically decades. So I would really like to finish off what I started in 2020.
Voters in the city who may not be familiar with you, who may have just moved, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the image of yourself that you would like voters to have?
I have a long history in property and finance. I have most recently been the president of Strata Community Association, and the city of Perth actually is 95% strata residences. So it's really important that whoever is on council and whoever the Lord Mayor is has a good knowledge of apartment living and strata living.
In regards to if you succeed in being elected as Lord Mayor, what are some of your policies or what you'd like to achieve in this time?
I'm following along from my track record. So my track record is about we want to green the city. There's a lot of benefits for having greener city. Of course, heat island effect, the shade, but as we try to grow the population for Perth, we need places for families and for fur families to go that are close to where people live. And there's going to be more and more apartment living in the city, and I'm very keen to have more green space. I mean, we do have a lot of green space. We have Langley Park and we have Kings Park, but we don't have a lot dotted around where the people are living. So that's my first thing that I'm very keen for. I'm also for fairer parking. We have had quite a few parking bays taken away from the city recently, and it concerns me that we don't have enough parking for tradesmen. Tradesmen need very specific parking because they have big trucks, tall trucks, and they often have ladders on the roof. I also am very keen for better apartment living. When you get apartment living right, it's wonderful, but we don't seem to have the housing choices, the choices for families necessarily to live in the city. We need a lot more of that.
As a young woman, I often find Perth a little bit intimidating to be out alone at night. Do you or did the council have any focus on encouraging, like, I guess, a feeling of safety in the city, particularly at night?
Absolutely. One of the most important things to encourage safety is people. We need more people. At the moment, we've only got about 33,000 people living in the city, and if you compare that with somewhere like the City of Sydney, for instance, they've got 140,000 people. So there's just more people around all the time, going to restaurants, going to the dry cleaner. If we have more people living in the city, that brings vibrancy, and vibrancy brings safety.
Can you tell us a little bit about following controversial Lord Mayor Basil if elected?
Look, Basil is a big personality, he's got a big voice. He came into the role of Lord Mayor with no experience. I'm coming to the role of Lord Mayor with 5 years' experience on council. I have a Bachelor of Business, Masters of Business Administration. I'm well qualified and a proven track record. You know, I'm not going to fill his shoes, but I'm certainly going to have my own style.
On the topic of Basil, there was a lot of controversy around the closing of the women's shelter and the relocation of it. Now there's a bit of controversy around social housing in Strata. What are your thoughts around these questions?
We need more housing choices. Fundamentally, we need more housing to house everybody, and it doesn't matter whether they're coming from being a rough sleeper or whether they need a choice for some other reason. We just need all kinds of different kinds of housing. And of course, the City of Perth, we actually, strangely enough, have 70 vacant blocks of land in the city. So, you know, one of the things that I would love to see is why don't we have more housing on those vacant blocks?
On the other hand, Perth's acting mayor Bruce Reynolds was asked whether he'll be running in the upcoming mayoral election. Mr Reynolds has not ruled out his options, saying he will consider contesting.
Yeah, so Catherine is a fellow councillor, have a really good strong working relationship with her. So, you know, I wish her well in her campaign as the campaign unfolds. And that's probably, yeah.
Last but not least, ruled or ruled out contesting at this point, or are you still considering?
For me?
For you?
I think as we get closer to the election, I'll be more forced to make a decision one way or another. Certainly I'm enjoying the role. It comes with a lot of responsibility.
But you're considering?
Oh, of course, I'd have to consider it for sure. I mean, you know, as I said, it comes with a lot of responsibility and commitment, and that's not something I have any issues with. Once I sign up for something, I give it 100%, and that's why I'm so committed to fulfilling the day-to-day roles at the moment, rather than be sort of distracted by something that might be happening, you know, a few months down the track.
A 29-year-old Banksia Grove man has been charged after allegedly attempting to steal a rideshare vehicle on Joondalup Drive while armed with a knife. Police say the incident occurred around 3:40 p.m. on Thursday. The man later entered a nearby shopping centre where he allegedly set off a second flare. He was detained by security guards and bystanders before being arrested by police. One security guard sustained a minor knee injury, while the accused suffered a hand laceration and was taken to hospital. He's been charged with 5 offences, including attempted aggravated robbery and possessing an edged weapon. The man appeared in the Joondalup Magistrates Court on Friday.
The state government has confirmed that a new ferry terminal will be built in central Matilda Bay to service UWA and nearby areas. The decision follows community feedback leading to a selection of the site from 5 assessed locations through a multi-criteria analysis. Key stakeholders, including rolling and selling groups, were consulted, and an independent risk assessment was conducted to ensure safety. The Matilda Bay terminal complements another new terminal to be built at Applecross, part of the Metronet on Swan ferry service expansion. A reference group of local river users will be formed to provide ongoing input, ensuring safe shared use of the waterways. A development application for both terminals will soon be lodged, with a public comment period up to 21 days. The expanded ferry service will include 5 electric ferries, with supporting infrastructure upgrades at Matilda Bay and reviews of nearby bus services.
The annual MakerX robotics competition was held in Perth this week, with some of Australia's brightest young minds competing for STEM education scholarships. Close to 100 local teenagers and children competed against international students at the Government House Ballroom. There were 4 competition categories, with 5 teams taking out first prize in each level, and 4 teams awarded second and third prizes in each level. Event organisers STEM Future Education said they were honoured to have the support of the Governor for the competition. The organisers hope the event will inspire more parents, teachers and students to explore the future potential of robotics. They've also revealed to us that another competition will be held on the 6th of December this year.
And one of those things we wanted to do was to encourage and empower particularly our young people and the next generation. And by making it all the way here to this international stage of this really exciting competition is an important stage in your education and your journey. Your opportunities are endless as young engineers in whatever task you have ahead of you. I often quote Peter Tchaikovsky, who of course is a very well-known composer of music, and when he was asked what used to inspire him, he has, I think, a quite profound quote. He said, "Inspiration is not a visitor that willingly visits the lazy." So you can be inspired, but you've got to work hard. And I think what we've seen this afternoon and over the last 2 days is that it's not just about skill and inspiration. There's actually hard work.
And now here's Dr. Andrew Miller with his weekly medical and news commentary.
Hi, thanks for your time. Hope you're doing okay in the chilly weather we have at the moment. The news that it's taken 2 years for the West Australian health system to respond to an audit which showed that their mental health units needed upgrading to reduce the risk of patient self-harm and suicide is very disappointing because if people in the system were doing their job incorrectly and it was allowed to go on for 2 years, then those individuals would be in very big trouble. It's a $200,000 contract that's been awarded in one of the units to upgrade the plumbing fixtures and so on to prevent patients using them as part of self-harm. And although this is a tricky and sensitive topic for many, what I want to focus on is why does it take so long for government to respond to their own audits and get the house in order? It's not as if Western Australia is short of money. We're probably one of the richest places in the world at the moment as far as having money available to the government to get things organised. So we really need to step up and do better, and the fact that we might be doing the same in terms of our ambulance ramping and our hospital beds per member of the population, our delays on elective surgery as other states, is no excuse. We should be doing better, much better, and we should be building things up to a standard and not down to a budget. So it's a bit of a kick in the pants time for the government yet again to say that mediocre is not good enough. The West Australian population deserves an excellent healthcare system, and for those who are at the lowest of the low points in their life, we really need to be providing them with better support. So 2 years is too long to wait to have things that have been identified in an audit to be corrected, and let's try and do better as a community and keep focusing the spotlight on these kind of issues so that our government, which has very little in the way of opposition at the moment and might be feeling pretty comfortable with itself, our government needs to be held to account. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Doctor. And in regards to the robotics competition, congratulations to all the young people who participated. What a wonderful event.
Well, for those who didn't win, better luck next time. And of course, there's another one coming in December.
And we look forward to reporting on that. Now, that's our weekly news and current affairs. We have latest news on our website, wamnnews.com.au.
Remember to subscribe to the WAMN Extra News Club, wamnews.com.au/news/extra, supporting independent local news, keeping democracy strong. From Paige, Peter, Melly, myself, wish you good health, good night. See you next week.
Thanks for watching.